Hey guys, this time I'm gonna be having a look at Mortal Kombat Gold for Dreamcast. Although I did make one review, I think last year, about this game. However, the quality due to the camera that I used for recording wasn't that great. Both the audio and video suck, so I thought I would do a new one, hopefully with a better equipment. Once we get into the game, it should be getting better in terms of looking, and hopefully the screen won't be vibrating that much. So this is basically an enhanced or updated version of Mortal Kombat 4 that was released exclusively for Dreamcast. And unfortunately, Mortal Kombat 4 has always been the sort of the misfit of the Mortal Kombat family. When it hit the arcades, the whole arcade feeling was just, and the air of the arcades was going down. So this was Mortal Kombat 4 was the last MK to be released in the arcades. And although I think the arcade version of Mortal Kombat 4 was really great, unfortunately the same cannot be said about the ports that were released for home consoles like PlayStation, Nintendo 64, or even the PC version. I'm just now here fooling around with the options, and as you can see in the beginning, I have activated the cheat menu as well. So one button fatalities are on, and I'm able to select hidden characters as well, like Goro, Noob Saibot, or the best one in MK Gold, Sector. Now this was also published by Eurocom, who were responsible basically for making the home ports of Mortal Kombat 4. However, they did put in, I think, much more work into this one than the other Mortal Kombat 4 ports, because this one does look much better. If you own a Dreamcast and know some of the titles that were released for the Dreamcast, I would say in some cases they were even better than the Xbox or PlayStation 2 counterparts graphically. However, still MK Gold is not the best one in terms of graphics that was released for Dreamcast. Nevertheless, I think it's a pretty good version. As you can see, just like the PC or the PSX version, this version comes with full motion videos that tell you basically the story, showing the biographies of the characters, and also the various endings. So I'm just going to go ahead and launch the game, and I'm just going to be picking Sector. As you can see, the menus themselves have been revamped in terms of looking for Mortal Kombat 4. I think it does look pretty cool with this whole of gold emblem, and the color setting is nice as well. As for the characters for MK Gold, the roster has been expanded. You now have classic characters returning like Cyrex, Milena, Kitana, Kung Lao, and just like the one that I'm picking now, I'm gonna have Sector, hopefully. It does have all of the arenas from MK4, plus they added in, I think, 4 new ones, which are basically from MK3 or UMK3. One of them is going to be temple stage or church. Then you will have sort of like a netherrealm setting or scorpion's lair setting, soul chamber, and one more which I cannot remember at the moment, but oh yeah, that's the soul chamber that's also featured in this version. Plus you will have all of the other versions, and they actually look quite nice, pretty similar to the arcade versions. All of the fatalities are in from the arcade version, plus you get new fatalities for the new characters, and some of them are pretty cool, but other ones are just a bit dull. Like for example, Baraka's finishers are pretty lame. I mean, for Baraka you have like the head chop fatality or the deadlift fatality that he had in MK2. However, it wasn't made in good quality, so it's pretty lame. The new arenas do look like really great. I think in the background now you have a picture of Shao Kahn and the tomb, which I think is for him. Gameplay is exactly like it was in MK4, so it's pretty fast-paced. All of the characters share the basic moves, and it's like a classic Mortal Kombat just in 3D. What I think it's a problem, or they should have made a different way, is combo system, just because everybody is using the same set of moves instead of having unique combos in MK3 and UMK3. I really like those combos. Nevertheless, you only get the same set of moves here, which makes it easy for playability, but there's not much of difference in between the characters apart from the special moves and how they actually look. It would have been nice if they would have made it other way around. And just like in the previous versions or the home versions of MK4, they added in Goro here as well, who is the sub-boss of this game, and Shinnok is basically the main adversary. Now, although this was released, for Dreamcast, there were actually several versions being released. The one that I'm playing now is, I think, the yellow version. Yellow refers to the color of the disc that it came on. Just because when they first released the game, there were lots of bugs on it, sound bugs, graphical bugs, and unlike with PC or nowadays console games where you can just release an update online and fix it, they had to re-release the whole thing again on different discs. Shit. A lot of people don't think really much of MK4, but this version I really like it because it's pretty easy to pick up and play. It's a lot of fun. Graphically I think it looks great, and for me, up until the release of MK9, this has been the last real Mortal Kombat that was released. I never really took Deadly Alliance or Deception or Armageddon serious as a real Mortal Kombat game. Deception was cool, but it was nothing like the original Mortal Kombat in terms of gameplay. This one is actually pretty close. Unfortunately, this is only available on Dreamcast. It would be really neat if they would release this maybe on Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. as a downloadable game, but it looks like, you know, MK4 and MK Gold have completely been forgotten and abandoned by Midway and NetherRealm, so I don't think that we will be seeing this anytime soon online on any of the consoles. However, you know, once you beat Mortal Kombat 9, you can see that basically Shinnok makes an entrance at the very end, and hopefully the next game is going to be featuring him and maybe the events of Mortal Kombat 4 in a reshaped fashion, just like MK9 was. If that happens, oh, just look at the screen. This is one of the bugs with the fatalities. You know, character was just running backwards, plus the camera backed into the walls, which is pretty lame. Once you pick up this game, start to play it, you know, it takes about like 5 or 10 minutes to start noticing the graphical bugs that are in there. It's a shame that they did not go in and fix them properly prior release. I'm just going to quit and pick a different character, and that way I'm going to be able to show you the other maps as well. In this version you can from the get-go select whatever weapon you want to use with your character, which is pretty neat because some of the characters had, you know, not that good weapons, like Scorpion Sword was pretty much useless for me. I prefer the hammer and the club much more. I think that this game has aged pretty well. Just look at the graphics on the screen. It does really look nice, and I think it's got a great atmosphere too. Dan Forden did a really great soundtrack for this one. It's very different from the other Mortal Kombat titles in terms of music, but it suits this one very much, I think. And I really like this one button fatalities. It just, you know, makes things really nice and easy. Well, the MK4 and MK Gold are very overlooked. They are still one of my favorite titles. I really like the stages, how they look in this version, not in the other versions. I mean, in the PC and PlayStation version these stages just look like crap. In the Dreamcast version they added in some great detail, and even the texturing on the floor and the character models themselves have, you know, much higher polygon count. Still not as high as the arcade version, but they do look very nice this way. With regards to the new characters that are in the game, I would say only Sector, which is you know, a hidden character, so not really selectable from the get-go. He's the best one. Cyrex is a cool one too. Kitana and Milena in this version are just, you know, basically clones of Tanya in different costume, and some of their moves are awkward as well. Kung Lao is really useless in this version, as is Baraka, so I mean, you can do, you know, insane combos with them, but it's just not that much of a fun to play with them. So however, it makes a nice addition, you know, as opponents in the game. And like I said, the stages themselves look really great. Oh, I thought I had selected a different weapon from the start, but looks like I fucked it up. I think the fatalities in Mortal Kombat 4 look definitely cool. Not all of them, but I would say some of the best fatalities from the whole Mortal Kombat franchise are in this title, like Scorpion's, you know, Blast fatality, or you know, I don't know what the official title is. You know, just the one that I did before. Looks pretty cool in 3D, and or other great one is, you know, Quan Chi's leg rip fatality, or strangely enough Shinnok's fatality, the one where, you know, you get the giant skeleton hand coming out of the ground and squeezing the shit out of the opponent. That just looks awesome. Plus, you know, other fatalities look good as well, which was nice to see. I mean, after MK3 had really shitty quality, you know, fatalities. I mean, after a while I didn't even start to memorize them, because they were deadly and shitty. They were just useless to perform. Right now you could see, you know, another one of the camera bugs that basically just went into the walls. And here's the living forest stage. It does look really great. I mean, you know, not like in MK9, but remember, we are 10 years earlier on, and if you have seen the PC version, then you know what I'm talking about. That was just, you know, pure shit. This one looks like, you know, exactly like the arcade version. Great detail in the background, and I think that was always, you know, one of the key things in MK series, having, you know, great quality backgrounds and settings. And shamefully for the home ports of MK4, these were just lacking, along with the, you know, detailed characters. I mean, I still remember when I got Mortal Kombat 4 for the PC, and once I installed the game, I went in to check the directory. I saw that it took only about, you know, space of 20 megabytes, and that was shocking and alarming even back at those days. I mean, I'm not a programmer, but I knew that, you know, even Mortal Kombat 3 took up more space after installation of MK2 on the PC, so I wasn't expecting, you know, that much out of MK4 once I started playing it, and I wasn't mistaken. Graphically it was just shit. All of the, you know, models had a low poly count, shitty skins, and backgrounds were looking like crap. And this version is really a neat facelift to the whole MK4. Nowadays, Dreamcast emulation has also reached a pretty good stage. So if you don't have a Dreamcast, you know, you can just download the actual ISO file from the internet. I mean, if you know your way around and hook up with an emulator and get a pretty decent result, so I would say it's worth to check it out. If you have a Dreamcast and are a Mortal Kombat fan, then I guess you already have it, so there's no question in that. And I'm just going to get my ass handed to me by Kung Lao. Maybe not. Shit! Now the other funny thing is that I found here is you cannot, you know, say or type in, you know, cuss words or something like that. You can just type in fuck without the C, and it's going to change it automatically. I don't know why they had to do that, but pick Liu Kang. So overall this is, I think, a pretty solid game, and even after 10 years or so, maybe it's more, I'm not sure when this was released. It was in, I think, 1999 or 2000 maybe. So it's at least 12 years old, but it's still, you know, it does look okay up for its age, and the gameplay is really good. And I really like the setting and the story of MK4. I mean, I'm sort of sad that they did not continue this style in an updated version in Deadly Alliance or Reception, but actually Mortal Kombat 9, I think, does have a lot of similarities with this title. Here is the Dragon Fatality in 3D. I think this one's pretty much okay as well. So, although you know, when MK9 was released, it basically didn't really talk about MK4, just MK2, MK1, MK3, how they wanted to go back. But for me, it really felt like, you know, a proper MK4. The new fighting system, kick-ass graphics, and 2D gameplay. And that's another great thing about this, I think, is that although they have moved into 3D in terms of graphics and arenas, the gameplay itself remained two-dimensional. Occasionally the opponent, you know, does a side-stepping and evades your move, which is pretty annoying. But here's one of the stupid fatalities. I mean, they could have been more creative than that. And there are, unfortunately, several other ones like this, which are just without, you know, shocking factor or any sort of appeal. Here is Goro. He got updated in MK Gold as well graphically, and as you could see, he got me with his teleport stomp move, which I must say that, you know, in MK9 it's a pretty annoying thing that the teleport that the Shoguns do is sort of homing in on the player, but after playing this title, it's, you know, apparent that the homing teleport stomp did not start with MK9, they started with MK4 actually. I mean, there's no way to evade this fucking stomp at all, no matter where you are. In MK2 you could, you know, easily counter Kintaro in the air or get out of it. He would just get wasted in seconds. Okay, well, it's cool to have Goro included in this one, but this is not that, you know, great. I mean, he does a lot of damage for sure, and is a very cheap character in this one. Not as cheap as Shao Kahn in MK9, but can still be a pain in the ass. Seeing him run around is pretty pathetic, along with the aerial kicks that he's doing. I think they just should have, you know, let him stay on the ground and not do any sort of stupid jumps. Oh, fuck you. Now this move of Goro's is like, you know, the extra moves of the bosses in MK9. It does like 50% of damage, and as you can see, I'm barely doing any damage against him. Finally. Okay, battery is going to run out of me. I only have 4 minutes left, so approximately. I hope I'm gonna be able to finish Goro and Shinnok as well in that time, and to be able to show you guys the ending of Baraka, but maybe not. Shinnok is, although quite a shitty character, he can be pretty hard as a boss sometimes, which I'm surprised that it is so, because he basically doesn't have any moves on his own, he just mimics others. Okay, let's see if I can kick the shit out of it. It's basically a standard combo that does pretty much work with everybody, with Goro as well. So one more round and then at least I'm going to be able to show you one ending. That's about it. And just looking at the camera, I got 3 minutes left, so hopefully it's gonna be enough for Baraka's ending. But all in all, I think the Dreamcast version is pretty good one. It's pretty easy to get hold of it on eBay, and even the Dreamcast machine itself does not cost that much. And actually, if you're a console player, you should definitely have one. Because there are some really unique and great games on it. So here you go. Here's the ending for Baraka.
Our betrayal is complete. I have dealt with those loyal to Shinnok. This victory is ours.
You blasted your newfound power on the throne of Queen Sindel, while I am forced to hide in the shadows.
Who is it you are hiding from? The Elder Gods are dead. Raiden is dead. And thanks to you, Shinnok is dead.
Everyone is dead.
Yes. Everyone in this forsaken realm is dead.
How do we rule a realm with no one in it?
This war was not about holding court to mortals. It was about obtaining power. I now possess that power.
And I am forced to live out my existence in a dead realm with a madman. Now, sorcerer, you okay with your life?
I haven't a life to give, you fool.
What?
That's a nice ending for Baraka. Finish till the end, kill everybody, and then you get yourself killed as well. So that's it basically for MK Gold. I think it's a very solid title. Too bad it is overlooked, and hopefully we will see it sometime in the near future back as a downloadable content for the new consoles as well. So see you guys next time.